Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one
Let's
Zusi on the name.
Let's try them. Let's still try.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and you are watching Unboxing Thursdays. What I do here every week is I sit down with a friend of mine in the collecting community and hobby. We open up some toys and we get to chat about everything that they're involved in, and also these cool toys that we get to buy and enjoy and open. So thank you so much for being here, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube. I appreciate you. If you have a chance, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It's Asian Heritage Month, and I'm trying to bring on more Asian creators, people out there doing really cool stuff. Last night I had a chat with my friend Paul Sun Young Lee about acting in his career here in Canada and being on Star Wars and everything. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, it is a digestible 1.5 hour stream, the shortest that Paul and I have ever done ever on the channel. So feel free to catch the replay later tonight, tomorrow, whatever it may be. A week from today will be the guys from the Worst Asian podcast doing some unboxing. And then, of course, May 31st, I'll be doing an episode of Hunting Around with the very talented voice actor, Emmy winner, Eric Bauza. So don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications. You don't want to miss everything that's happening this month, the fantastic people who are on here. Tonight, my goodness, a local legend, as they call him over at Heroes World, man of many skills, a little soft-spoken, but when he speaks, it's always something funny and something. It's cool to hang out with this dude. Very talented artist. You can check him out on Spawn. Unwanted violence, unnecessary, unwanted. I think it's unwanted. Unnecessary doesn't sound right. 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. He does some of the best variant covers out there in the game. You've probably seen it, fall in love with it, but never saw the man on the other side of the cover. Please welcome to the show, everybody, Mr. Mike del Mundo.
Hey, how's it
Mikey,
going?
welcome, man.
How's it going, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just a little under the weather, but doesn't stop me from unboxing some stuff.
Toys are going to be there. It's going to be our constant, whether we're sick or not, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a medicine, so.
It's a medicine? I'm going to tell my wife that.
Yeah. Better.
Why don't you go down to Shoppers and get some Buckley's? No, I'm going to head over to Heroes World, and because Mike says it's medicine, and we'll be all good for the whole family. But thank you so much.
Shoppers and I grab the medicine, and then I go look at the toys because there's toys at Shoppers.
and then check out the cookie store next to Heroes World, which I did today.
There you go. Yep.
We're stocked up. Dude, I first found out, I think your first piece of work that I saw and that I knew was you was one of the Mondo Ninja Turtles posters.
Oh yeah.
And I remember seeing that and I'm like, damn, look at all the characters and details on this. And I'm like, oh, Mike del Mundo, that's cool. I followed you on IG, and then I don't know how it happens that through like friends and everybody, like your local, like we end up meeting, and I'm like, man, this guy's so chill. And then just hearing more about stuff that you've done, it's like, yeah, this is somebody that we got to get on the show and just kind of chat with. Mike, what as a collector, what kind of stuff do you collect?
Oh man, it's hard to think. I mean, everything pretty much. Statues, vinyl toys is a big thing. I got a couple Marvel Legends, but I pick and choose. The Marvel Legends is more like whatever I see. I don't collect them all, but everything, pretty much. But I think I have my biggest collection is probably my vinyl collection. Yeah.
Really, vinyl?
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, I can see the Sentinel there behind you. I see a quarter scale NECA RAF.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a Sentinel, there's the all that stuff, a few vinyls in there, but the big museum is upstairs. So
Oh, really?
yeah, man, it's like toys galore there. It's a little empty now because it's just kind of just cleaning up a bit. So you have like random toys like the GoBot in the background, which I'll never give away, even though people hate on the GoBots, and just some really cool hip hop toys and like a really cool silver snail. One of a kind model piece done by
Oh, our friend
the
Tracy.
great Tracy Earthlings and yeah. So I had like some really pinnacle pieces here just to keep me inspired. But yeah, I'm sorry that it's a little far away from the camera.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
that's how it's set up for now.
It's all good. I mean, you've done work on probably like all of my favorite properties: Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles crossover,
Yeah,
Star
that was
Wars,
crazy. Yeah.
Star Wars, X-Men. Um, it's just a wide range of stuff, and you know, if anyone hasn't seen your work yet, I definitely implore you to go Google some stuff, eBay some stuff, whatever you need. They're just awesome. I just like the way you combine, like, you know, the characters we know sometimes with just you know, everyday kind of things. Let me see. I had some of your stuff here. Where did I put those stickers? Oh, here we go. Stuff like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the fun stuff. I mean, I do that for fun. It's like all stuff in my sketchbook, walking around, this stupid stuff that comes to my head. And there are a lot of these are just sketchbook things, like things I do when I'm not on deadlines and whatnot. So and they're just in a sketchbook. I'm like, why not just turning these into stickers? I love stickers. It's for some reason it's motivating, like just to get things done in sticker
Yeah.
form. I don't know what it is. I really like them. So yeah, so I do a lot of that. Like, and it started off with me and my boy Marco Delfonso, which is also an artist.
Okay.
He also works professionally in like comics, like Marvel and DC and stuff. And we've come from the same studio since 2004, and we've always hung out and just like crack like jokes and whatnot, like Starbucks meetups and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of the ideas came from. And if not for him, I don't know if I'd be doing like covers that I'm doing right now, like a lot of like conceptual covers and stuff. So we bounce a lot of ideas with each other, and that's how it started.
That's awesome, man. That's it's always cool to hear the process. Before, you know, we get to the chat and people who are here to check you out tonight, what are you opening tonight?
I don't have much to open, but I did grab this piece. I don't know what it's about because the movie's not out yet.
Right.
But this is the Cyborg Spider-Woman.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of my favorite characters, like Cyborg Spider-Man from like way back in the 90s. Larson, and just I remember seeing that cover and it was like super cool. So I've always fallen in love with this character. And I saw this and I was like, God damn, man, like the price tags are crazy now. Like it's like $82 for this.
That's a big one.
And I think my family's watching, so they're gonna see how much these things are.
They're watching,
but I wasn't gonna buy it. I was with Garth actually, and then we were at Toys R Us and whatnot. And I was like, I'm not grabbing this because it seems it's a lot of money, man. You know what I mean?
What do you think of that character design? Like this interpretation of it?
I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I'm like interested to see what it's all about because it's Cyborg Spider-Woman. So there's already a story there.
Yeah, like some people are hating on it already. Like you haven't even seen like in a movie about the infinite possible spider people out there. They're like, this one can't be a woman. Like,
yeah, I mean, like let's see what happens in the story.
Exactly.
I'm excited. But yeah, I wasn't gonna grab it, and then I saw this because I'm like a sucker for like sick box art, and I saw this, and I was just like, wait, hold on, there we go. We need yeah.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, is that Sanford Green? Does that Sanford Green art? And I was like, okay, I gotta buy it for just because it has a sick box.
For the box.
And I remember seeing him working on this, and I was like, it just passed me out because we work together all the time, and I didn't realize it was going on one of these boxes. I don't know if you even realize. So that's what sold me, man. Good box art. Like the art's good. It's like the whole piece.
Box art is a huge part of the unboxing and toy process for
I'm
sure.
kind of sad that you can't see it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think they're changing it back.
Are they? Okay. All right,
yeah.
cool.
Some people are. Do you have a different mic?
You can't hear me?
It's like crackling or something.
I'm like going from a cell phone right now. Can you hear me here like this?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I think some people in the chat are saying there's a little bit of distortion or yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I think it's my voice. My voice is super like low and like very whitish, and I think it crackles. Like it gives a pretty bad vibration.
It's all good. We can get through this.
I apologize to the listeners. Really, I'm not
just turn on
the tech and stuff. Not like Mr. Kevin here with his awesome intro and like really cool neon black lights in the background.
Oh, it's just poorly lit and too many things back there. Just try turning on closed captions.
Just like dim the light a bit. Yeah, I should do that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Is that your main thing tonight to open? It's a cool piece.
Yeah, if I think of anything else that I haven't opened, then like we can open some other stuff. But
it's all good.
I think like I'm not good at opening boxes, so it'll take me a bit to like get through that.
Those ones, yeah. I mean,
I gotta remember my exact knife. I can't be ripping these boxes out.
Yeah. Do you have a knife?
Legend stuff? I'm usually just ripping them out and just throwing the boxes out because I just want the toy for reference, to play with, to pose up and stuff like that. So the boxes I don't really care for. Like I keep a lot of the boxes for like the vinyl toys and stuff, but for Marvel Legends, I don't know. I just kind of like keeping them. So if you want me to rip it open in front of everybody, we could do that, or I could.
No, you wanted the box for the artwork, man. Don't break it.
Oh yeah,
if you need a knife,
slice that. Yeah, you're right.
If you need a knife, get a knife. I'm gonna show everyone what I'm working with tonight. I have, I figured it was Asian Heritage Month. Gotta represent a bit, so I was at Heroes World and I got this. Can't read a word of it except in English. This is a Joy Toy 1/18 scale. It's got the whole like martial arts look to it. I have a few of these that I've opened on stream before. This is the line is Dark Source Jiang Hu from the Tai Chang sect is Ting Ding. I think that's his name.
It's like, is it just what's the boat?
I think it's their own storyline, but these are like 1/18 scale, like fully articulated figures with lots of accessories and stuff. So the whole like old school martial arts movies, that kind of look. This line does it for me. So this is my 5th one. Wait, what am I missing? Yeah, I'm missing one. You do a lot of X-Men stuff. I know you're into X-Men.
Oh yeah. I got that.
I need to break this beast open.
So, because I haven't broken that beast open yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
I remember you said you went to grab it.
I have it. It's hard to open those ones, man, because they look so nice in the box.
Yeah.
So,
and they're pricey to grab a second one to display.
Yeah, so I got like an Apocalypse too, and that I don't think that's ever been opened, but I will eventually. Yeah.
And of course, if we have time, some Star Wars vintage collection. We have Cassian Andor and Vel from the Andor TV show.
So.
And I had this ready. So this is what I do. Once I open these, it's just a plastic tray on the inside. I don't really need that anymore. So I cut the card out so I know each character and what they should come with. And then they're all in here in identifiable bags with everything to go, character cards. So that's ready, nice and organized, saving space for these figures. But there's some awesome people here in the chat who I don't need that, who are here to hear about your journey and comic book creation and all that stuff tonight. I just want to say shout outs to these people real quick in the chat. If you're here watching right now, say what's up in the chat or leave a thumbs up. Let us know that you're liking the stream. We have Dom Muciciato is here. Did an unboxing with him a few weeks ago. Zio Adams, welcome. All the way from Italy, I believe. Nightmare Nemo's here, always supporting. Thank you. Bearded Builds.
What it do, baby?
You see that sign right here? The clone trooper. This is a wooden sign that he cut out with his laser and painted it. So shout outs to Bearded Builds. That's supposed to be for a giveaway at some point. I got to do that. Sam Rock is here, another Toronto area collector. I am TJ Williams, Mr. Ryan Clark, also Canadian. Paul Morales, John Takis. Oh, all the Canadians are here. Bat Force Grumps, Winger Lose. What's going on, Winger Lose? Everyone go follow him for some toy updates and releases on Instagram. He's got all the news for you over there. Carrie Fanti is here, new channel member. Clockwork Orgy, Matt Logic 44. What's going on? Stream Elements, KJ Smith, Tommy K. What's up, Tommy? David de la Huerta, KJ Smith, Yoko. Hey, Yoko, good to see you. Feel like I haven't seen your name in the chat in a while. RMD Collective, welcome to the show. Zio Adams says, a legend indeed. Plasti Addicto is here. What's up, Plasti? Going Geek. Bjorn is watching over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Thank you. Dom says, Shoppers is still around. I always get confused between them and Loblaw after they merged. How do you even know that as an American? But yeah, they're owned by Loblaw, I believe. But they operate independently. David de la Huerta says LCBO has better medicine. Yes, whiskey, for sure. Clockwork Orgy, Bat Force Grumps is here. Kid Chuckle, welcome. Said had to pop in and say hi to Mike. Kid?
What up?
Bruce Brian Rocky Manzo is here with the is that the Filipino flag, but also some knives. Thank you for being here. Matthew Toy, what's good? What's good? Courtney Cornelius, another Heroes World customer, much as myself. Card Legends, what's up, Card Legends? We're going to be doing a stream from Card Legends sometime this month. They're a store here in Canada, sell lots of Pokemon cards. Mike, you're into Pokemon. They have all the new stuff. They have the Japanese cards. They're Card Legends Ontario on Instagram, and we're going to be doing a Astral Radiance box break sometime this month, courtesy of Card Legends. So go check them out, please. Wang is here. What's up, man? Prescribed Drone. Yoko says, I'll enter that giveaway. What giveaway? I don't remember doing a giveaway. And I think we're caught up. Oh, Plastic Boy Wonder. What's up? What's up? Shoppers and Loblaw used to be customers of mine at my last job. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, Mike, man, you got your I mean,
Shoppers is really popular, man. You know.
And everywhere. I mean, dude, this is a comic cover that it's been a while that a cover kind of inspired me to do a toy shot. But this is one where I saw it and I'm like, I can recreate this whole thing with the Super 7 reaction figures. It's Alpha breakdancing on a pile of pizza boxes around the Turtles and the Rangers with there's a variant cover, but also a variant.
Yeah, like, to be honest, man, that's like my first retail variant I've done. It's like my own retail web store variant.
Yeah.
And man, I was just so excited because it's the Turtles, it's got B-boying in it, and the Power Rangers. And I have it here too, just because I had to shamelessly plug this. But we also have this variant, which is the Metalhead version, right?
Yep.
So yeah, like that was huge, man. Like it was like super exciting. So I was like, no, we got to add one more thing. That I grew up in the 90s was like all those, you know, holographic covers, chrome covers, all that. I was like, I need my own chrome cover. So that's why we went shiny on it. And we did two. We did the Alpha and we did the Metalhead. We just tried it out. And they're limited, so it's still at the shop. But the cool thing about it is like it's like the 50th anniversary of hip hop. this year, so it was like really good timing for that to come out.
Yeah. You see the influences on your in a lot of your work and covers, and it's also in the video description. You were is that where the name Deadly Mike came from?
Yeah, yeah. I still keep the name because that's pretty much where I get all my inspiration from. All like where I get my grind from. If not for breaking and b-boy, I wouldn't be the artist I am now. So I keep it in there just to remind me of like that's still who I am. And yeah. So for 15, 20 years of my life, I was breaking, and then I moved to comics after. So I was doing that serious since grade 7 to college or whatnot. So it was a big part of my life. Yeah.
And then that's how you're tight with Toronto Collective, the store downtown, right?
Yeah. So this variant cover is a retail collaboration between me and Toronto Collective. And it is a big homie of mine, Heist, one of my best friends. And we grew up breaking. We were in the same crew called BBT. And yeah, man, we just practiced every day, just got better with each other. And that's how we just roasted B-boys back in the days. Yeah, man. So I was like, when I had this, the opportunity to do this cover, and to do the retail variant, I needed to hit up Heist because it wouldn't be nice of me to like not bring him in this, because this is special. So we got the Collective logo in here and the DD logo, and it's a big collaboration. Pretty happy with it. And
that's cool.
We got Toronto Collective, the best graffiti shop in the city, best toy shop in the city. We'll go check them out, man.
Yeah, downtown. Is that one still up on the store? I was looking up this one, the Miles variant, and this one looks like it's sold out. Oh, this is a signed version.
Yeah, I think we might be putting out a few CGC versions of it. We're getting them CGC right now, and but we sold out. Like that thing just moved like crazy. And then yeah, we got some Spawn, like two issues I did, like mega issues I did with Tom McFarlane, so it's really special to me as well. Everything on that shop is pretty special, man. Like a lot of good things happened this year and last year, like end of last year.
Yeah, man.
So the Miles one was also a big collaboration between me and Bacon, which is also a good friend of ours, like in the hip hop community. And me and Heist and Bacon were like doing a lot of things together back in the days. So yeah, I think primarily he did most of it, and you could see a video on my Instagram if you want to see the process. But that was special, man. Just the fact that he was able to do that on a wall, and then that being transferred onto
is the wall video on your Instagram page?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull that up real quick.
Yeah, that might be the first ever marble cover, as an original piece done on a wall and put on a cover. So we're making history, man. It's not to put out there.
All right, let's see. I mean, the Instagram account is Deadly Mike. There's a link to the store here if you want some of Mike's pieces here. Hey, what's up, 796? What's up, Chris? Thanks for tuning in. Customs by Matthew. Thank you for joining. All awesome people there. But yeah, look at the covers and the different styles we have here. This Nick Fury one is just this is just cool art. Like it's not just a variant cover when you do it of like a whatever the title is, doing something different, like or like a different scene. It's just you're fusing all these things together, and I think that's what really stands out on some of this stuff. The Bishop mashup with Tupac, brilliant.
Yeah, that's a funny one, because if you get it, you get it. But if you don't get it, and
if you haven't seen the movie, yeah.
But it's cool because when you actually tell people, like they're like, I don't get like what's the whole significance, and you tell them that, and then they just freak out. So it's cool. It's cool. Both ways.
Is which post is the video on for the graffiti wall?
I
think so many.
It's a lot of posts, man.
This is the wall. You can see it here. So it's you and Bacon tagged the whole warehouse wall.
Yeah, so it's somewhere there. Yeah, so Bacon would like basically he tagged like all different secret Easter eggs. So we were like, everything on that cover has some sort of, I don't know, something to do with Spidey,
Oh, yeah.
right? Whether it's Gwen Stacy or some hints to like Spider-Verse or whatever. And then the cool thing is like he did the Miles throw up, and he also did like, no one ever sees what this is at the bottom, but that's also Miles's like Spidey name, like Spin, right? So we did too.
Right.
And then yeah, and it's cool because it was just fun, man. All that realistic on Kingpin, I was like really glad that like that idea came through and they went with it.
The big clear space on his jacket. Did anyone bring the lumpia? I don't know where to get that.
I had
I would've-
Lumpia on the weekend. That was good.
We need to go set up a lunch to get that sometime. Wait, we're supposed to set that up with Garth. Garth.
Yeah. When we're all better.
Yeah, please. Yeah, this is just awesome stuff. So how do you make that transition from b-boying to, I'm assuming it's like you're drawing at the same time and you're sketching and doing everything in that time, right?
I dabbled in like drawing. Like I always drew as a kid. Like I always knew like I had like a a passion for it, and I was drawing. But then when b-boying came in, it was like literally like I dropped everything and I just focused on that. So a lot of my drawing was picked up like in college when I met a lot of people in college, and they're getting back into, not they were getting back, but they had like, there's like crews in college that were like drawing and doing a lot of that. And that's how I got into the first studio, which was Bright Anvil, where I met some of my best friends right now, Marco Alfonso and Jason Sorrenti, which are still involved with like comics. Jay runs my shop, and so it's dope. And so yeah, I started in college, and then I fell back in love with comics, and then was doing design for about like a few years before I actually landed a job, just because I wasn't good at drawing, so I, just have to get better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there like an artist or group of artists that you kind of looked to in that time when you were kind of developing between first getting into it and then finally getting like your first gig?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, my first inspirations were obviously like the Image guys. That's who I grew up with.
Right.
I'm 42 right now, so that's how I got into comics, was Will's Portascio, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane. And if we're talking Asian Heritage Month, this is what it was about, right? Asian Heritage Month?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I mean, like Will's Portascio, he's a Filipino guy, and like that's when I didn't even know he was a Filipino dude. I was just into his books, Uncanny X-Men and X Factor. That's one of my first X books. And then my dad was the one that pointed out, and he's just like, I think this guy's Filipino. His last name's Filipino. And I was just like, for real? I'm like, that's crazy. And it makes a difference, man. Like, for sure, representation. And even Todd McFarlane's Canadian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a big deal for Canadians. And Jim Lee as well. And then you got Jay.
Sure.
There's a lot of people inspired me. First with the art, for sure. But then when you discover that they're Asian, you're just like, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
There's not only a lot of people like I was able to look up to back in the days, like Bruce Lee, Ernie Reyes Jr. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. The legend.
too many. So yeah.
So when your dad points that out, that there's a certain factor there that does that motivate you just a little bit more? Be like, oh hell yeah, I can do this too, that kind of thing.
I don't know if like I consciously was like, yeah, he's Filipino, I'm Filipino, I could do this. I think I was always like into drawing, and like I just kind of went for it. But
Yeah.
It was just a nice feeling to discover that there was like someone like me doing it, and doing it big, like,
Yeah.
Uncanny X-Men 281, man, such a big thing. And then I met him like later, like maybe like just a few years ago, and that was just amazing, man. So yeah, big ups Will's Portascio, man. Yeah, if not for him, who knows?
Who knows? And then of course you're working on you're doing the artwork for Spawn Unwanted, the violence. I got the title right this time.
Yeah, Spawn Unwanted Violence. Me and Todd McFarlane, he hit me up actually during the pandemic, and about this book. So it came out a while back, and it took a while for me to get things going because I guess the pandemic, there was a lot of, I have no excuse. I'm at home. I should have got it done, but but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I actually had a lot more time to work on it. So looking at the pages now, I'm really happy with, you know, how it looks, and it's to this day, it's like one of my favorite. All my recent books are always my favorite books, but I tend to look back at it every 3 months, and it gets shittier and shittier in my mind. But with the Spawn, it still holds up, man. Like, it's just a big dream to work with Tom McFarlane, and like I really dig what we did there.
I mean, that's crazy. Just you know, somebody that you were looking up to, and then you're at the point of your career where it's like, hey, I'm gonna write, and you do your spin on Spawn. It's like that must be wild.
Yeah, that was wild. He was like, I'm gonna write this. I'm like, you're writing this? I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit. I'm like, that's crazy. And it's it was a nice 4-issue miniseries, but it was, you know, it's compressed. It was pretty, it's 2 issues, but they're very oversized. So man, really
what's the name of the other dude in there with Spawn?
The Freak.
The Freak. Yeah, I'm not a Spawn fan. Like, I don't know why.
It's
I
mainly
never...
the Freak. Actually, a lot of the illustrations are the Freak. Spawn is kind of like in the background, like,
yeah,
you know, weaving his way through it. But a lot of the drawing is the Freak. But man, I still got to draw Spawn, and which is like huge. Like, usually, like, if I'm drawing a character, like, it doesn't sink in until, you know, 2-3 months later. And I'm like, I remember when I was working on X-Men for the first time, and I was like, it didn't sink in until later that I was drawing Psylocke or whatever, right? When I'm drawing Spawn, I was just like, fuck, man. Like, I'm drawing Spawn, you know, like, it was crazy.
It's like, as you're sitting there.
As I'm sitting there, it's
unreal.
And I'm like just super ecstatic and happy and drawing. And yeah, that usually doesn't happen until later on because you're just so busy with deadlines. And maybe it's because during that transition, during the pandemic, there was like a big Marvel transition for, like, I was just finishing up Marvel. So I had a lot more time to do things. So maybe that's what it is. Like, if you have a little bit more time to breathe, you can even let things sink in a bit more.
Dude, this one was probably my most favorite. Oh shoot, it's a video. It was the Mystique on the photocopier.
Yeah.
And every copy coming out is a different character. I'm like, that's one of the smartest kind of like single. It tells a story on that one page of a variant cover, and I'm just like, that's one of the coolest things you've done that stands out.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I love the fact that those ideas are able to come out like on covers, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're not able to put out those ideas because it's an X-Men cover, so it's got to have the whole crew has to be on that cover, or whoever's involved in that cover. But the cool thing about it is, like, all these variant like editions now allows you to like do whatever you want. Like, the variants don't really have to have anything to do with the story. Maybe you have the characters in the story, but you can take those and kind of go wild with it, right? So with that story, there's a bunch of characters in it. There was Mystique, and I was like, yo, I think it was focused on Mystique though. And I was like, I just want to put Mystique on there. And then I had this idea way back. It was either this, or it was also like a copy paste concept where it was like the keyboard, like the Command Z. Is that Command Z? No, that's undo. Command C. So she was chilling on a Command C keyboard or whatnot, and I was like, that's kind of dumb. And then we got that together. I don't know, the photocopy thing just came out of nowhere. I was like, I
think visually this is really cool.
Yeah. That's actually a photocopy from my wife's school, which is kind of cool. I didn't know how to draw a photocopy.
That was the inspiration?
Yeah, I hit her. I texted her, and I was just like, I need you to take a picture of like the photocopier in your school, because like I can't find a proper angle and whatnot, and I want to make sure it's like it looks like, you know, like a normal 80s photocopier.
Yeah.
You know, like
large and clunky.
Yeah. So yeah.
The homie Matthew Toy says, growing up trying to explain to my friends I was Filipino, the go-to was either Kino or Rufio. That's the only two that, you know, the mainstream, you know, on-screen stuff.
yeah, now it's kind of cool. Now you have like Batista, and there's a few back then. There was but yeah, Kino and Rufio were like the big ones.
Come on, Ninja Turtles and Hook. Like,
Man,
those are
Ernie
huge.
Reyes Jr. is like probably the biggest inspiration, just because like as a kid, I remember watching Sidekicks, and I was probably just a little younger, seeing this kid like do crazy karate and whatnot, and I
Yeah.
just love that show. And then I just followed him from there, like, and then seeing him on Ninja Turtles was crazy. It was like, yeah,
Who is the Filipino chef in The Rock?
Filipino chef in The Rock. These are the ones where they're like speaking Tagalog in like the kitchen or whatnot.
I don't know which kitchen. I don't even remember that
I
part.
know
of The
there's
Rock.
like a movie that we watched. It might have been The Rock, where there's like a fight scene and they run into the kitchen and they break into the kitchen and everything's smashing, and there's like a Filipino chef and he's just like speaking Tagalog, and like no one can understand it except unless you know Tagalog.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a nice nod. You're just like, oh yeah, I know what's up.
So Clockwork, you said you're like, no, I'm Filipino. Like, have you seen The Rock? You know those chefs that like that was the reference for people. I hope
That's
not,
a
man.
dope random reference. Yeah.
It's very, very specific. Yo, Carl's in the chat. What's up, Carl?
Yo,
Says,
what's
hey,
up?
Kevin, Mike.
He's here for the 6-hour show.
Is that what we're doing? Let's get to the toys, man. I want to see what you think of that Spider-Man. Or Spider Cyborg Spider.
Yeah,
Woman.
okay.
Did you get a knife?
Yo, big up Sanford Green, man. This is like one of my favorite illustrations. And it's like kind of like, it's so skinny. I wish it was big, but they should have put it in the back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I kind of like a lot of the Legends artwork. It's hard to throw them out because, I mean, some of them, they get artists to do brand new pieces for the packaging. I think this one's David Nakayama on these retro ones.
Oh, yeah.
And the VHS ones is Dan Wiesenmeyer. So like, and then I follow those people on socials, and they show like their process of creating these pieces and their excitement of it showing up on toys. So like, I mean, this is their work put on boxes. It's hard to
those
let
guys
go
are
of
dope.
it.
I'd love to do some box art. I did like, have you heard of Scartojo, Concrete Jungle? He does a lot of the hip hop statues. Like,
No, I have not.
I have like a red man right in the back there. I don't know if you could see it, but here, let me grab it. But I did some box art for it.
Enhance.
But yeah, I'd love to do more box art. Box art's cool.
Oh, there's a dog there. What the?
Yeah, that's where she sleeps. So this is a Wu-Tang Inspector Deck statue that did the box art for.
Ooh, nice.
Got me excited, man, because like it's Wu-Tang, man. Grew up with this. So I want to do more of this.
You want to do more box art stuff? Is that the only one you've done?
Yeah. Like in terms of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was special. Like, and then we're gonna be doing, me and Sanford are gonna be doing another box art for Concrete Jungle for upcoming release. So that's gonna be crazy.
Nice, man.
All right.
You want to see that stuff up at Heroes World?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your comic back on the wall.
So how do you do this? Do you want me to like just like unbox it like this, or do you want me to like flip the screen?
Do what you need to do, man. You can just open it and show it up on the screen after.
Okay, cool.
So, Legends is one of your main lines that you collect, right?
I'm trying to think, man. I collect so much stuff, like random stuff, like if I like it, like so Legos, you know, some cool vinyl. Like I check out whatever vinyl releases are. I don't like Legends isn't like the main thing I collect. It's just like if I'm there and I like something cool. Like I'm looking at my Legends now and I got like, you know, just random ones like Dr. Doom or like the cool, like a Bishop and like Thanos and whatnot. But I collect everything, man. Like whatever looks cool to me.
And of
Oh,
the
I collect a lot of
purchases,
turtle stuff.
oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
NECA
so like
turtles.
anything turtles, man. It's what if it's like, except like I don't know the Funko stuff. I don't know. There's too much of it, so mainly everything but that. But I still like some of it. But yeah, a lot of turtles. It's cool.
Well, that means you got to get that Kino with the scooter.
Yeah, I'm
coming out.
I'm definitely grabbing that for sure.
Ooh, our friend Tracy is in the chat. Tracy, what's going
what's
on?
up?
We are we happen to be two people who have the privilege of owning pieces of Tracy's work, both of us on screen at the same time.
Yeah, I feel super super lucky to have one of her pieces, especially this. I mean, this snail piece. I wish I could just grab it and like kind of show it.
Yeah, that looks dangerous to move
Yeah,
from there. But yes, we're part of a small club that has some of Tracy's awesome work. If you guys haven't seen, Tracy made a Toys R Us storefront diorama for me, 1/12 scale. This
so
is the
look
Silver
at this
Snail,
masterpiece.
a comic shop that's been in downtown Toronto for many years. Is this their first location storefront?
This is their first location, and one of the reasons I wanted to get this done is I never had my comics in this store. Like this store closed down right before I landed my first Marvel gig. So it would have been. I remember going in there and be like, it'd be nice to see my comics in there, and it never happened. But Tracy made my dreams come true because she actually put them into the window right there.
Oh yeah, she has that comic rack with all your covers, right?
Yeah, and I didn't ask her to do that. She just put that in. So Tracy, amazing, man. And if you haven't seen Best of Miniature, she was a contestant on that show, and she killed it. It was like, have you seen Best of Miniature, Kev?
I still have to catch up. I watched the first two, I believe.
You gotta watch it. It's crazy. It's like I don't know, just having a newfound appreciation for like miniature art and whatnot. And a lot of it is from just the storytelling. Like I'm like, shoot, I gotta tell more stories that way, like the way you read like a room. And a lot of it is reading a room, reading like they had to make a house, like their own basic. They had to make their house, right? Like
right.
That normal house. And a lot of it had to tell stories, right? And man, Tracy's like a master storyteller.
Yeah, all the pieces, the details. It's like whatever inspires you. It's not, you don't just come up with a random thing. It's like, you want this happening. It was like a futuristic kind of cyberpunk place, right?
Yeah, she did like a sci-fi setting, like sci-fi theme, and like, I don't want to give it away, but there's just a lot of cool. Every room had a story to tell.
Yeah, and,
details. The details. It's all about the details, and I got to keep that in. Like after watching that, I'm like, I had that in my mind whenever I draw now. Whenever I draw comics, I learned a lot from it. I'm like, man, like you really got to read the room. So when I draw the rooms, when I draw the atmosphere, I make sure that there's stories being told. It's not just dressed up as nice as possible. It's got to have imperfections, stuff like that, just to show that the room is alive. And that's what Best of Miniature was all about, is like making sure that room felt like there's people in there doing things. Like, what's the story about it? So it was great. Cool. You guys gotta check it out. CBC
Gem should have it.
CBC Gem, and it's a good show. It's good. It's fun to watch. So
I love that the different worlds can inspire, from dioramas to a comic book artist.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I was like, oh shoot, like I like, because comic book is all about storytelling, and so we all think we're like, we know how to tell a story because this is what we do. But then seeing that side, I'm like, I never really delved into the minuscule details of telling that story. So I keep that in mind now when I do things.
I mean, I think that comes across because when people use those dioramas and do toy photography, a lot of the really great shots, you can see how some of the sets are dressed up to, kind of emulate like a movie scene or something like real life. So And some of those shots are inspired by comics, right? So
Yeah, and I think
there
the
is that
difference
parallel.
I think the difference is, thinking about it now, is that when you flip through a comic, a lot of people are reading at the same time, so they really only spend like 1 to 2 minutes like looking at it, and then they flip through the page, right?
Hmm.
So there isn't much time being spent on like looking at that room and seeing the details of it and like studying it and stuff like that. So I guess that we have that. I don't know if we have it in mind, but we just, we go through with the characters mainly. Maybe we're just focused mainly on the story and the characters. But yeah, and then with like miniatures and dioramas, you can really just sit there and just stare at it and look inside it and like immerse yourself with it. So, but it's cool. Like, yeah, the parallels are really cool. Like just the storytelling parallels.
Yeah, I have to do a better job when reading comics to kind of look at more of the details that artists are putting in there. We have another friend.
Whoa, this is crazy, man.
The
This is
paper?
the first time. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, go for it.
No, like this is the first time I've opened a Marvel Legends in a long time, and I don't remember it being just a box, and it's just being in this.
That's
paper bag.
the plastic-free era right there.
I guess it's, you know what? I mean, it's environmentally friendly. It's kind of, I guess I gotta take a nod to that.
I mean, for me, it doesn't take away from my experience. It's like I'm still ripping open for my toy anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it's because it's my first time like opening this kind of Marvel Legends box.
No, so this guy has dual swords and dual sheaths.
Look at this.
The sheaths have handles that you can put in for when he's not holding the swords. This is. I was just watching Lord of the Rings the other day. This reminds me when they cut the ring off of Isildur, cut the ring off the guy's hand using just the broken piece.
This is sick. Look how big this is. Let's do a size comparison.
But yeah, our friend Jason Lowe is in the chat. What's up, Jason?
Oh, what's up?
Another local fantastic comic book artist.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's doing like a lot of stuff now. He's said he did a.
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about this. He's pretty big. Jason.
No,
Lowe
but Jason
awesome,
too.
Jason Lowe's. Jason Lowe is awesome, and like he's doing a lot for Marvel right now.
The digital comics. He said he wrote.
Yeah.
What's the post today? He wrote a story with Storm, I believe, an
Yep.
X-Men one. Really, really cool. Was that the Silver Snail location? That was the first one. Was that the one on Yonge Street? Or
No,
before?
Queen and Spadina.
It was at Queen and Spadina.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first location was Queen and Spadina, and it's actually kind of cool because it's like right near the first location for the collective. But yeah, Queen
Yeah,
and
they're
Spadina,
on Spadina now, right?
yeah, like that whole junction used to be like a lot of cool stuff there. Like we go to Silver, like, because our studio, like the Bright Anvil studio, was just like a walks away, like a few blocks away. So every time we had a break, we just go and every Wednesday at least we go and check out comics.
That's
at
way too
Silver
far.
Snail. Yeah, and
I like to stay uptown.
yeah, this was a long time ago. This was way back. Yeah.
Matthew says not all of the Ewoks spoke Tagalog, but they did say their net is full. Yeah, I think I've heard of that before.
They also said, like, I think it was like ayun maganda, which means like, yo, check out some hottie or whatever. I'm
They're
terrible.
talking about. They were talking about Chewie. Sam Rock says, "That's dope. I remember the Silver Snail used to look like that. It brings back childhood memories. I bought my first action figure there. That's awesome, dude."
Yeah, I got a lot of good memories from that shop. I still remember all the toys I got there.
It's not CCTV. That's closed circuit television. No, it's CBC. I remember Mario's mistake. Come on, guys. When did they start plastic free? The box. There's no window to see the box. Plastic free, I think, was announced like 2 years ago. Started a year ago, and then most recently they announced they're going back on plastic free. They're like, we've listened to the fans, and you want windows, so we're moving back to windows. So that the plastic-free era has come and gone.
Yeah, I guess the less plastic, the better. I mean, the toy is plastic, but I guess like a little less is good for the environment.
All right, so there's a lot of really cool details on that cyborg Spider-Woman.
Yeah, I want to flip the camera, but I don't know. I'm like terrible at technology. It won't let me flip it.
No, there should be a. Are you in your browser?
I'm in like on my iPhone, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I think you go to settings and then you can choose your camera.
Oh, here we go. Settings, camera.
And then choose the other one. Bearded Builds in the chat. What's good? Cap Lives is here. Garth S, the homie.
There we go. Back camera. Okay, so go back. Now you see black screen.
Oh, Big Leo.
Go.
Who's the best turtle, Mike?
Oh man, I mean Mikey's always like the one for me, but they've always changed. Like I used to be Donatello, Leo. Leo was like the first one. Raph, but like I don't know. If I had to choose, I guess Mikey.
I noticed you didn't mention Donnie, but I guess
I did. I mentioned.
Oh, did you? Did you? The MODOK sticker.
Oh yeah, there you go.
No way.
And these are just like, this is how messy the desk looks right now. It's just all full. This is my new collection, Schlecks and model animals.
Yeah, what's that? Is that a bug? A giant potato bug?
So I'm working on a book right now for Real World 3 Moons, and it's a long form book, and it has a lot of reference with animals and stuff like that. And then I just like whenever I get into, like if I'm working on space stuff, I'll just
that's
get
cool.
immersed. I'll get immersed into spacemen or space suits, and I'll just go and dig for it, right? So right now I'm just like, pretty much I'm on this like Schleck tip. Not even Schleck. It's like a whole bunch of like cool animals or whatnot. The more the better. So it's all just reference. And then
Schleck, the toy brand at like Toys R Us and the card stores and stuff.
Yeah.
Or Amazon too. Yeah, those are they have a lot of variety there.
And then this I found at one of the toy shows. It's like a Bandai roly-poly bug.
Yeah, that thing's gross.
Cool, man. So that's gonna be in the book.
Other than asking your wife to take a photo of the photocopier at work, do you use a lot of action figures as models for your work?
Once in a while, like it depends. Like it's better to just use myself. Like I used like when I was living at my parents', like it was awesome because I used to use my dad, and then he had like the perfect like Wolverine body. You know what I mean? So like I just used them for all the Marvel covers from way back in the days. But yeah, now it's just like a lot easier just because you have the photo booth on the Mac, and I'll just use that for reference. And then I'll have this guy handy. This guy's awesome.
Oh yeah, I have one of those.
Should we censor this? Actually, nice. Okay.
He's got no genitals unless you put them on.
Yeah, no, he has nothing.
I added this.
Yeah, but yeah, this dude, like full articulation, is perfect for ref stuff. So I use a lot of different ones. There's like, it's either toys, figures, myself, my kids, whatever is around me. Yeah, whatever.
Shout outs to our family supporting, modeling and posing for you. I gotta ask though, obviously, from breakdancing to comic books, was at any point your family one of the Asian families where it's just like, no, you have to get be a doctor or something like that?
Nah, man. Like, you hear that story, but my family was different. Like, my dad was like, he plays a lot of instruments. He's really into, playing the sax, playing the trumpet, singing karaoke. It's a big Filipino thing, karaoke thing.
Yeah,
but
me too.
He's just really, he's really into music, and we grew up with that. We grew up with him playing the sax all the time.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
I think it'd be like pretty what do you call it? What's that word? I mean, if he's telling us not to do it, then he shouldn't be doing his art. But my parents were very supportive. For some reason, they're very supportive with my art ever since kindergarten. For some reason, the teacher was like, the teacher saw something. I wish I could show you the painting right now, because when you look at the painting, it really just looks like finger painting of flowers and stuff like that. But I guess she saw something in it. I don't see it. It's a nice painting, I think, but I don't really see it. But she told my parents, like, this guy has it. This kid has it, right? I don't know if it was exactly what they said, but she said, you should really like focus on his art. He's really good at it. And this was kindergarten. And I think from just her saying that to them and making them a believer, they really like kind of honed in on supporting what I do, you know. And with support, it's just, yeah, like they weren't saying not to do it, you know what I mean? They never were, like, whenever I brought up, you know, I remember I bring it up, like, I want to be a comic artist. I have written on paper that that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. Yeah, they never said anything. So they're really big on it. And I think my mom as well, like, from her story, I think her telling me that she wanted to be a painter, like she wanted to paint.
Oh, wow.
She never had that opportunity. Like, there's, you know, back in the days, right? Like, she didn't have the opportunity to paint. So I think a lot of those put together allowed them to, you know, encourage me to keep going. And I do remember my mom when I was b-boying, because they liked the b-boy, but like they were more like thinking, you know, I was gonna like go like pursue like the art, whatever. And I just turned into like this dancer for a minute. And I remember her telling me, like, what a waste of talent, right? And that stuck in my head.
Oh, wow.
I think that brought me back into comics and whatnot.
So it wasn't like you shouldn't do this. It's just like, you know, you excel so well in something else. But it wasn't like, don't do that.
No. They were
That's
just
cool.
like, they bought me my first drawing table, and art supplies and stuff like that. And the coolest thing about back in the days was like my mom was a math teacher. So she used to bring home, like talking about environment right now and like saving the, and like, you know, like with these toys, she used to bring home all the paper they were going to recycle. And it was just like test papers basically that were never used, and photocopy. Like she'd bring a stack of them home, like this big. And that's what I would draw. And that's what I would draw all my Marvel characters on. Or like,
No way.
yeah. Here, I'll show you. Actually, do I have it?
It's crazy, the story that you're telling me right now, because my son's in junior kindergarten right now, and he's doodling and doing stuff all day long. And the same thing as you, man. A teacher came up to me and said, like, he's really got like a good eye for this. But I'm like, what do I do at age 4? But you know, he's just drawing all day long. When he comes home from school, he's got a stack of work from that he's done all day, and all I can do is just sit there and watch everything that he does. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's all you can really do is encouragement, like just not saying what are you doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing there, man? Like, what is that crap? You know, like just the fact that you don't do that and you're just kind of like encouraging works. The one thing that my dad used to one thing I would say is that like my dad he could draw. My dad could draw as well. And what he would do is he would draw us Ninja Turtles, you know, like me and my brother.
No way.
Like, yeah, we would just be like, can you draw me a Ninja Turtle? And then he would draw it, and like, you know, he would like, yeah, he'd do it right there, like full like open line Ninja Turtle. I haven't seen the art that he did, but when we were kids, we were like, wow, that's crazy. And I remember wanting to be like, I'm gonna be as good as you, Dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that as well, like I always took that in, and then with my kids, I do the same thing. I'm like, as long as I'm drawing and they see what I'm drawing and they see that I'm having fun with it, that's encouragement. I think that has a lot to do with my love for art. Is like my dad drawing for us. It's like just leading by example kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, this is like the paper that I used to draw on.
Can you, for the younger viewers out there, can you explain what all those holes are on both sides of some of those sheets of paper?
Yeah, this is like from like back in the days when you used to print things. They're all attached to each other from these holes, and these would be in divots, I guess, and that's what would like kind of like.
It was like spokes on a torture device, and you'd have to feed the spokes through all those holes into the printer, and if you didn't line it up, the whole thing was over. That was it, game over.
Yeah, that's how old I am. But yeah, wow, look at that awesome 6-pack, bro.
Oh, hexagonal.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, was I really good at drawing? Like, like.
Yeah, but everyone has to start. That's cool, man. I couldn't even do that stuff now. What age was this?
This was during like the 90s, like image era. Like we're all into like, Youngblood and Liefeld and everybody. And like, this is what got me into comics, man. There's something in those books, like the energy and just like the excitement and fun that brought me as a kid and all my other friends into books.
You gotta frame some of those up, man.
Yeah, and like this is the back of the. So see, it's all math term paper. So it's not getting a sketchbook. It's not any of that. Actually, if you
is that like calculus?
Yeah.
Oh hell no! I can't do calculus.
My mom was a calculus teacher. I'm terrible at math, so it's kind of weird.
I'm ashamed to say I'm an Asian that failed calculus
weird
once
how it's
and
like
had to do
art
summer
on
school.
one side and then like calculus on the other, which is like purely juxtaposed, total opposites. But look at this, man. His name is Thunder Cage. Wait, there you go, Thunder Cage. So yeah, man, that's how I learned how to draw. Just have things like if your kid can draw, or if like your teacher is saying, hey man, like you should encourage this. All it takes is just having the supplies there.
Having
pencils,
paper.
Pens.
Like that's the most basic support.
That's it. Just paper.
Giving an outlet for it.
Notepads, whatever. You don't even need like sketchbooks. You could just whatever's there.
Yeah. I bought my son a sketchbook, and it's just a stack of printer paper. My printer's always empty now because of that reason, but it's cool. Cap Live says, wait a minute. This is Mike Del Mundo. I loved his art on the Avengers run written by Mark Waid. Yes, this is Mike.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, that was fun too. That was the King story. That was fun.
Carl hitting you with the stereotype become an RN.
What?
as a career choice. John Takes says got a bail early day tomorrow. Well, thank you. See you on the replay.
Thanks for coming through.
Jason Lowe says, would you ever consider doing interior work for Marvel again?
Yeah, if the story is good. I mean, I would love to do like an X-Men book, like, but it's got to be like that X-Men book, Jay. Actually, we did something cool, like when Jason did the Multiple Man book. That was fun. That was one of my bucket lists, to do Multiple Man. Nice.
Oh, Jason has that one story with the Multiple Man. You know how it's like 4 of the copies breaking into the same facility, and you're trying to the way he had it mapped out with you have your traditional way of reading a comic, following the panels, but the way he did it and everything leading together to this espionage job of the Multiple Men. Holy crap, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Yeah, that was cool. Like, working on that book was fun. I think Val did something for that too, which is also another Canadian and like nice. Big Kobe from Bright Anvil Studios, and someone I learned a lot from. So yeah, man, it's like that was a big book for us. Yo, is that paper? Paper is triggering some memories, some repressed memories for people. That printer paper. Some of us older folk.
This was
Match.
actually, I think, like from a huge IBM printer, because my dad used to work as a computer programmer, and like he'd bring him all the latest printers, and this thing was humongous. Like you can, the way you fit the printer in, you could fit like 4 kids in that. Like we used to play hide and seek in there.
What?
That printer was. Yeah. It was like a huge. It wasn't even a large format printer. It printed these, but it was huge. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. You can make a car out of it. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah. Technology took some time to get smaller, but
Yeah.
before that, Jason likes the asymmetry of the torso.
Oh man, amazing. I don't know if this is my work or if this is my brother's, because we both drew, and could be like my bro as well. But yeah, it's very symmetrical, which is, I mean, I guess that has a lot to say about talent.
Mr. Ryan Clark says, I love your work on Thor. How is it working with Jason Aaron?
Jason Aaron, amazing, man. One of my favorite writers. I think I'm lucky enough to be able to do a lot of work with like all my favorite artists. I mean, writers.
Mhm.
It was awesome. Like that run was great.
All right. I don't know if you saw this earlier. Cut. So here he is with both.
What?
Bro, look at all of these together, man.
That's sick. That's sick, man.
Like I mentioned earlier, you've worked on like probably all of my favorite properties out there. Is there anything that you haven't had a chance to work on in an official capacity that's that's still on your radar, on your bucket list?
So the big bucket list thing was definitely the Turtles, and there's some things happening with that in the future. So that was huge already. I'd love to do like a Transformers book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was huge on Transformers as a kid. It was either Transformers or TMNT. So I'd love to do that, and I haven't done it. So that would be a big thing. And then I mean, surprisingly enough, like working for Marvel, I haven't done a lot of X-Men stuff. And X-Men is what I grew up with. Like that's the only book that I like. When we went to the comic shop, we were only allowed to get one book. I mean, as encouraging as my dad was with my art and like all that, he limited us to one book, on new comic book there and whatnot. So we had that one book, and it was just the Jim Lee X-Men's, the X Factors, and luckily those all kind of came one after the other. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of titles, even back then, even more so now, that like the books add up on your pull list.
Yeah, and I remember going there, and I'm like, I had my friend from, this was, I guess, elementary school, and he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Mike?" And he had like a stack, I swear to God, like 50 or 20 books he's like ready to read. I'm just like, oh man, like the envy, And yeah, I had that one book, but now looking back at it, I'm like, man, like I just have like a big appreciation. I guess I just have more of appreciation for X-Men. Like that's really my childhood. So I'd love to do more X-Men, like Wolverine, for sure.
And tell your dad to suit up.
Yeah.
Dad, I want to do Wolverine. Just grab some kitchen knives and hold them like this. Have you done any DC stuff or any interest if you haven't?
I'd love to do like Batman for sure. I mean, everyone's loves to draw Batman if they have the chance. Or like a cool Teen Titans Go thing. What else would be cool? I'm a Marvel dude, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I grew up with. The only DC books I really got into was Batman. And then like those crossover books when they did the Marvel crossovers and DC crossovers. So
yes, Amalgam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my friend Chamba has been putting up some artwork of his. He's been doing some amalgam characters. So
Oh
good.
yeah, Tom was sick from Australia, right?
Yeah, he's in Australia. He's
Yeah. He's dope. Yeah,
for Udon.
yeah. I remember really digging his work.
Shout outs to Chamba. He has his new hardcover on pre-order on Amazon. Random Views as to his like original characters and stories. The new hardcover. I think he said it's all new content because he had that book out before.
I
Yeah.
had that book.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely remember that book.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
come
he's
to.
re-releasing it.
I think he said it's all new stuff.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Canada. It's on Amazon US for pre-order. He's coming to San Diego Comic-Con. So, yo, try to. I know you go to a lot of cons.
Oh man,
Try to
I'm
get
so
out there
jealous
this
you're
year.
going to San Diego. Last year was awesome. That was like the best trip.
Any chance you're going this year?
I don't know.
It's gonna be tough.
Probably very slim, but man, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun for sure.
I hope so. Hey, we have Pizza Man in the chat. Says, "What up? What's up to you, man? Hello. Oh, now I want pizza. I'm gonna open this beast. It's I have the Toy Biz beast. I have the other. What was the other regular release? What wave was he from?
Should I just I got some unopened stuff. I'll be back. You go open up your beast then. I feel bored. I feel like I'm boring the crowd.
Nah, man. People are here to hear your journey. I have nothing to offer, so that's why I'm opening toys. Yeah. Oh, Caliban Wave? Yeah, I think I sold that Build-A-Figure. But yeah, and Chamba has he has a special Street Fighter cover at Walmart if you pre-order the game there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I believe. That's a lot of misinformation out there.
Where are all my toys?
I mean, you collect sneakers too, right?
No. I'm like I like shoes and whatnot, but I'm not I'm not like a big sneaker collector. I just buy a lot of shoes.
I don't collect them. I just buy a lot.
Oh shoot.
Hey, not bad. Not bad. This one can be a keeper. Do they have the artist name on the packaging?
So I got this recently.
Oh,
It's actually a gift from Garth.
did he get that right? That's right from NECA, right? Was that the only way to get that one?
I think this was at they had it at Toys R Us later on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, NECA only had the autograph version. Or was that the one directly from Stan?
So I'll open it since we're opening boxes. Why not?
Even the details on the shading on the lab coat
Yeah.
for like
The best
box
is the
art.
beakers.
That's cool.
The best is the beakers, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to that.
It's got a lot of cool details in that beast.
I think the retro card is David Nakayama. While I dig into this dude, can you tell people about Three Worlds, Three Moons real quick?
So Three Worlds, Three Moons is it's like a concept universe. Me, Mike Huddleston, and Jonathan Hickman started. Some of the biggest names in the industry, man. Like Jonathan is responsible for, where X-Men is now, with House of X, and a lot of people are loving X-Men because of Jonathan. He's done a lot of books. Like he's just an amazing writer. And then Mike Huddleston is one of the artists I look up to, and he's sick. He's just constantly changing, creating new styles, and like his art just like constantly evolves. And one of my biggest inspirations for sure. And so when we got together, there was like an awesome like kind of artist duo thing. And Jonathan is also an artist, so it's actually 3 artists going in there and 1 writer, and we're basically building a universe. Like, just, I guess as an example, would be like the beginnings of when Star Wars was created, you know. And it's a subscription based thing that we did through Substack for the first year, and by the end of the year, if you subscribe as a founder, you would get all the perks of like a big 200 plus page hardcover and a bunch of other stuff. And so we're about a year and a half in, and we're just building stories. Right now it's like short stories that's explaining different parts of the world, whether it's like, what did they travel on? Well, we have these space whales, and what kind of animals are in this world and whatnot. And the story focuses on this dude, Dr. Tajo, and the main thing about the story is it's kind of like, when you kind of look at it, is like revolutions. So when 3 Worlds, 3 Moons is basically, there's a point where it's, oh man, it's hard to think. It's getting late. But we broke it down so that the world revolves and it happens in cycles. So there'll be like a cycle of technology, or the science cycle, and then there's the magic cycle. So when the magic cycle is dominant, the science cycle doesn't exist. It's almost like blasphemy.
Oh wow.
So it goes through generations and generations of these cycles. So we're able to tell different stories. So there'll be a book that comes out within the world, which is more scientific, science-based, and then there's the world where it's all magic. You know, I can't say much, but I'm working on more of the magic version of the story, and it all kind of connects. If you know about Jonathan's way of writing, it's like there's just a lot of pieces that you got to put together. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's been, our job is to basically build the world conceptually. Me and Mike will conceptualize all the characters, all the environments, the world, and then once that's all designed, we have artists that will, do the stories and whatnot. Me and Mike are working on long form stories ourselves, but we're also responsible for creating the world and building the world. So it's brand new to me. Like, I haven't really delved into concept design, and that's what we're doing right now. That's 3 Worlds, 3 Moons, man. It's gonna be huge. Like, that's the main thing that I'm focused on, and I'm excited to, when my book comes out, I'm excited for, you guys to see it. But yeah, if you want to know more about it, man, check out 3worlds3moons.com, 3w3m.com. It's the beginning stages. It's really cool because our main concept is you get to see us creating a world live. You get to see the process live. So we're just like showing you're coming into the studio and you're seeing everything that's happening.
Yeah, you guys have live streams and stuff, right?
We do live draws, and we'll conceptualize a character that's going to be in the story on that live draw. So you'll be like, just imagine, I mean, we're not comparing ourselves to Star Wars, but just imagine if some guy was drawing the Ewoks for the first time. You don't know what an Ewok is, or let's just say Ewok, like some guys creating R2-D2 for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're watching that live back in the days. And then 30 years later, you can be like, man, I saw R2-D2 being created live, and look at him now. So that's what we're trying to go for, is like, you come in and you get to see the process. You get to see how we create stories. You get to see the scripts. We did a script contest. So some of the people in the community that have subscribed were able to participate in that script contest. And
oh, no way.
Some of them have been able to, like, we choose the stories, and their stories are going to be made. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of cool things about that, and it's a very cool community feel. Whereas when you're subscribed, it's like this small community of people that really think alike and are really excited about it. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
That's cool. So like, when you look at, traditional comic books, sometimes compilations, they have and artists like different different concepts and different looks of a character before they settle on one? Is that what you kind of mean by like a live draw? You're like kind of just fleshing out the look of a character on
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on the stream for people?
Yeah, we're just drawing. Like, oh yeah, I don't know, like for example, we did the description was there was gonna be this freaky ass monster kind of thing. Like it's supposed to be like nightmare fuel. These are just the descriptions, and so it's got to look really scary, right? And like we'll take that and then we'll do something with it. It's fun, man. It's just super fun. It's not constricting. It's a lot of fun and a lot of sketching. Sometimes the drawing comes out and it's like the first drawing looks great, so we just build off that one drawing. But there's also times when I guess when I have time, where you go through like 20 different variations and then you combine those variations or you subtract those variations and you do all these things before you hit the winning design.
Right.
Which is, it's different because like back in doing deadlines with Marvel and stuff, when we did create a character, I was doing it on the spot. I didn't have time to really design the character. I was literally just designing on the spot while I'm doing the book, and that works too. You know what I mean? But it's harder that way because sometimes you'll look back and be like, oh, I wish I did this to that character. I wish I did that to that character. I wish I added these boots to her and this and that. And it's kind of too late in that sense. So it's nice to be able to design first and have a solid character. And then from there, you're just looking at that character as like a blueprint.
That's sick, man. People can just be in on the process when they're subscribed to. I mean, like, it's just you guys working on this independently, right?
Yeah, like just full independently, and we have a lot of plans, man. Like I can't really explain what we're gonna do, but it's really exciting.
Yeah,
we're doing things more than comic and something that is gonna involve the community to be able to participate in our stories. So there's a lot of that in the works in the background right now that we're planning. So this year too is good. It's like exciting. We have a nice machine that's being built, and we just opened our shop, so you can check out the shop. It's called Emporia. You check all the details at 3w3m.com. So there's prints there, there's clothes and whatnot. But yeah, check out 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. It's amazing. It's good to see like just the freedom of being able to create something brand new. You know what I mean? It's a different feeling than like drawing existing characters. And yeah, check it out, man. There's like live draws. We have things called World Worth Watching, where we pick a movie and everyone gets in on that movie on like a Saturday, and like it's kind of like a joined, get your popcorn and watch this movie, and talk smack. You know what I mean? And see, and almost like when we do, we're almost like watching and instead of watching a movie, we're watching and analyzing little bits and pieces of the storytelling and what we never noticed before. So.
Right.
So we have that. We have like a thread that like basically like everyone just gets involved in that as well. So it's a big community feel, and at the same time you're seeing us building this, and this is brand new. There's like baby stages, so it's great to see something happening that's constantly being edited, right? Like sometimes we'll change the character because like it doesn't work, or I don't like that design. We're gonna add a few things to this design. So it's good to see that evolution of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's independent, so people want to support. Like they're supporting the project directly through Substack. That's the platform. So this is kind of like the other beast. Do you find it strange that they went with the all white eyes for both heads again? Or do you think the look with the pupils doesn't would it not translate well into an action figure? It's strange that they would
the all white eyes.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be like a '90s thing because or like a Jim Lee thing. To be honest, because why are those eyes all white?
Yeah,
like both of them.
Wait, Is there really, really faint detail in these? I don't think so.
That's cool, man. Like out of the box, it looks really cool. Like posed like that. I gotta open mine now. It doesn't just do justice to just it being there.
I mean, it does look good in the box, but it also looks really, really good out of packaging. Jason Lowe says, looking forward to 3 Moons. Mr. Ryan Clark says, if anyone can build a universe, it's Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, he's master world builder, man. So, and I don't know, man. I just feel like me and Mike Huddleston, like, is kind of like a perfect match. You know, like in terms of our aesthetics, we both do. We're just kind of no holds barred with the way we approach art. You know, like there's no rules. Like whatever works. I want to slap on like this picture here. I want to do inks here. I want to paint in this side, and it's just more of a feeling. And we kind of approach it the same way, even though our styles are different. And man, we're just creating. It's really fun.
Yeah, I was reading some of the stuff for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't think I fully understood the concept yet, because it was just a little bit here and a little bit there, and I was trying to use Substack through my phone, and I'm like, I don't know. I think I have to give it another look.
It's a lot to take in, especially because we're like a year and a half in. Like there's a lot of information. Like if you look at the book that we've done, it's like a 200+ page book. It's called Systems, and it just kind of explores the workings of 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. And even that is like, it's just a monster piece, and it's a bit intimidating. So that's why we have like the subscription base, because then you can just go in and check these stories one by one, and just like slowly take in a story here and a story there, instead of having like this huge book, right? And then once you take that in, like a lot of our subscribers have been able to kind of follow it, and then by the end of the year they've been able to kind of absorb like a lot of the story. So when they get that hardcover that they've already read, it's a lot easier to take in, and a lot easier to enjoy just checking out the art in like print form, you know. So I think it's cool. Like when we first started, like a lot of it was I think it's still brand new, the fact that you're reading online.
Yeah.
And I think for the way we're doing it, like our whole live process and seeing it in real time and creating this story the way we're telling it, it's a lot easier to digest.
Okay.
With a subscription, like just take it in one step at a time, you know.
Yeah. I have to give it another go. I wanted to show this real quick. What? Oh wait, how's that Usagi, by the way?
I just got him out. It's hard to multitask, talking and playing with toys. But yo, this is dope.
Now that you're creating, building that world out there, when you're creating these characters, how often are you like, damn, I need this as an action figure, or the fact that like, if this were an action figure, I would want it to look this way? Does that have an influence there?
Yeah, I think hand in hand. Like, I don't know. Like when I buy figures and toys, I don't know if I buy it for collectability. I buy it for like just the look and the design of it. Right. And like, you know, me and Marco, we would always go to either Toys R Us or Silver Snail or Heroes World, big up Heroes World, local shop. And you know, it's more of like what the design is. Like does it look good? You know what I mean? And that's what would is it posable? Look how it's posed. Does it look too stiff or whatnot? This and that. And that's what we would base everything on. So when I just do my designs, I think a lot of those things go together.
Oh,
like
cool.
The design of like concepts and also toy design as well. You know what I mean? It's just I definitely, I guess subconsciously, so in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, this would look cool as a toy. You know, I guess if you look at it that way, like, you know, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but
it's like, well, if it gets to that point, you already have like the design. That's like, well, this is where you're gonna put this articulation. I already have the artwork figured out. Just you know, toy designers just use my reference. and you
Yeah.
can get that ready to go.
But yeah, it's the coolest thing about Three Worlds, Three Moons is that because we're designing all these characters, we have like concepts and turnarounds ready for toy design. You know what I mean? So, there's already one step done there.
Sick.
So yeah, we're definitely looking into it right now. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing in our shop, and toy design will definitely be something that we have in mind. We've talked about it before, so it'll be fun. Yeah.
That's very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna give you a second to open up the Usagi. I know you said it's a lot of multitasking. I just wanted to show everybody this is the first print. This is your first work that I noticed out there.
The ironic part of all this, there's no Usagi in that.
Rights issues, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And I was bummed, man. I was like, I'm gonna kill Usagi, and they're like, you gotta take him out. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, yo, but Usagi's that guy. Like, like we grew up with that. The figure, at least.
Right.
Look
at that Splinter and Shredder going at it up here. The amount of not just detail, but how everybody interacts. This is insane. And of course, some pizza toppings.
Yeah, I that was like looking at it now. I'm like, how the hell did I do this? Like, it's insane. Like, if I saw someone else, if someone else did that art, I'd be like, there's no way I would be able to do that. But when it comes to turtles, I become like a maniac, and I'm just like, it's gotta be the best shit. Like I it's my only opportunity to do the turtles, and it was for Mondo, and it was gonna be on a big piece, like an 18 by 24 piece. So I was like, I gotta make this big, and we could fit all the characters. And I don't know how I came up with the idea. I think the idea actually comes from the intro of the
cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon when they're
like flying out of the sewer.
Yeah, they're flying out of the sewer, and I'm like, shit, just have them all flying out of the sewer, like in like a crazy street fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everyone's in there. I think I put in all of Wave 1. All the characters from Wave 1 are in there. If you look close enough, you'll find all of them in there. So Wave 1, I don't think I missed one character except for Usagi and Jimbo.
Is it supposed to be a pizza slice also?
So it's just like,
it's got that triangular shape, and then I see like some of the toppings flying out.
So the crazy shit is everyone was just like, yo, that's a pizza slice. That was not like I was not conscious of doing a pizza slice. Oh, cool. It's freaking cool that it turned out that way.
Yeah, because there are mushrooms there, I just noticed.
Yeah, there are mushrooms and pepperoni, and I should have hit it home with that. That would have been cool. I mean, yeah, it's a pizza slice. I'm just gonna take that story and like
just retcon it.
That. Yeah,
like that's the sewer cap is the crust.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so it's just like cheese kind of like intertwining. Like,
yeah, right.
Really, the pepperoni and the mushrooms and the cheese is like the garnish that like it's like that was the last thing I did. I was like, it needs something to bring everything together. So that's why I added all those. And then I guess it turned out into a pizza slice. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dream. Like
sold out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Mondo's done, right? Are Mondo posters?
Yeah, that was the big news, right? Just a
few weeks ago.
Yep.
So, damn, I gotta get some reprints. Put them up in the shop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those things sold out pretty quick.
Let's see. Samrock says that's a dope TMNT poster. Carl, this is one of my favorite of Mike's work. Yeah, man, it's so good. That is not the black and white version, but that Usagi is the figure that kind of brought me back into NECA collecting.
Into NECA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
I love like the cartoon line, the Turtles cartoon line.
Yeah.
They're all good, but like I really like the Turtles cartoon line.
They have so many characters in the cartoon line.
Yeah, the fact that they're bringing all of like it seems like they're just bringing every single character in that cartoon out. So yeah, man.
Here's how I ended up getting the beast. Cover my.
Yeah, that's a sick pose. Like I said, the multitasking is hard, so like my poses are gonna be stiff and whatnot. Let's see.
Well, yeah, he has the swappable ears, the weapons. Does he have the soft goods on that one? The black and white?
The soft goods.
Because the regular cartoon version has a cloak or something.
Oh no, it doesn't come with it. No, it just comes with like weapons and stuff.
Yo, it's I don't want to keep you much longer because I know you're not feeling the greatest. It's getting a little bit late. We want to go like another to like 10. The hell time is it? 8 more minutes? 10 more minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Anyone have any more questions for Mike or anything like that, or what's going on in his world there? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, the basement is like kind of stale right now. I can show you my the TMNT stuff upstairs. That'd be sick. But
Just post some photos.
yeah,
That'd be cool. Did you see Super 7 has that the new reaction Biggie in the all white suit?
yeah, that's dope. I have a lot of the Biggie Super 7 stuff, so I kind of calmed down on the Biggie stuff, even though like they're all cool, you know.
There's only so much out there. That's the thing.
Yeah, there was a point. I remember when the Biggie Funko came out and I remember I grabbed that, like the very first Biggie Funko.
Yeah.
And that was like the only. I mean, there was some Biggie toys, but a lot of them were kind of like they weren't that great looking. Now they're putting out the good stuff, you know. Like Super 7 makes some good toys.
Hell yeah. Question from Tracy. She says, "Would you ever branch over to making movies?" Does she know about your videography skills? Is that why? You know, you helped me do some stuff. Did you tell Tracy?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm Kevin's Secrets videographer.
Yeah.
Just on lunch periods, you know, like yeah.
No, man, that was a great video. No one will know which one you helped with, but you did some great work.
Yeah, I suggested a few cool things. Yeah, I was proud of that.
Is that what she means? Like, or being in movies or working on stuff in movies?
I would love to do like concepts for movies, stuff like that. Like what we're doing at Three West Three Moon, same thing, same idea, but just having like that brainstorm think tank to create like certain movies for say Amazon or Netflix or whatever. I think that would be like a cool thing that even me, Mike, and Jonathan can do. Just take our like what we're doing at Three Worlds and like offer it to all these other companies, you know. Because
that'd be a cool platform for that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just the stuff we're doing is just fun. I don't think it doesn't feel like work. Yeah.
I have a friend, Ryan Dole, who's involved with the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse movies. I picked up one of your Miles covers, and I think he wanted 2 copies for I think people on his team that were working on the movie.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I told you that.
No, I have a couple friends working on that movie. Well, Sanford did some work on his cover is in the movie, so that was crazy. Like it's like the main. I think it's in the trailer.
Oh, is it?
The trailer, like the cover that they show at the start. That's his.
So yeah. Dude, there's so many spider people in that scene in the new and the trailer for the new one. You know, when all the roads are crisscrossing, and they showed everybody in the background.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah.
I love that one. Sam Rock says, "Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?"
Oh, if I had to say, Mikey.
Not just because of name.
Though. It's hard to pick, but Mikey is like, I don't know, man. Like if I want to hang out with somebody, like if it would be like Turtle that I would have to like hang out with as a friend or like as my neighbor, it would be Mikey. It seems so chill, like you know.
Well, you mentioned earlier it's like it's always changing for you.
Yeah.
There's this one Chappelle Show sketch where it's like the three stages of Dave, how he would have handled like the same situation at like age 15 and age 20
Oh yeah, I
something.
saw
And
that. Yeah.
so like, is it like that where like, you know, at different stages in your life, you'll choose a different turtle?
Pretty much. I mean, same with comics. It's like, you know, like my ultimate favorite character was Wolverine, but then I also had like, you know, parts where I used to love like Archangel. You know what I mean? Like like different characters. So yeah, it changes for sure.
Love Archangel.
And then the movie too, right? Like you have like the cartoon, you had the Ninja Turtles comic, like the Mirage comics, and then you had the movies. So you had 3 versions of like the Turtles, and then those 3 versions, you have your favorites for the Turtles as well, right? So
I missed this earlier. It doesn't show up on my app, but hopefully Nico Hodge is still here. He goes, you should check him out, Artman Customs on Instagram. Dude does incredible customs for action figures. Like he gets like head sculpts and paints them up. They look really good. He does a lot of customs, and he's been excited ever since I mentioned that you're coming on. So he said he's been a channel member for 6 months. Nico Hodge, thank you so much. He says, "What's up, Kev? What's up, Mike? Big fan for a long time."
what's his handle?
Artman.
I might be following him already. Was it?
Artman, Artman Customs.
Okay, dope. Let's check him out.
Yeah, I need to buy a few more Bishop stickers from you. I gotta send one out to him.
Yeah, we got the oversized ones too now.
There's oversized?
Yeah, we got like.
Carl says, I thought it was Raph because he is so hood. Raph, when I was
These things
younger,
are now they're like pretty big.
Nice.
Yeah, so you could frame this.
When I was younger, Raph, Mikey was my favorite. But then now, as I'm older, I feel Raph is more relatable, like kind of bitter and sour and making snarky comments all the time.
Yeah, and the movie too. Like, I would say Raph was my favorite in the first movie.
He was a beast. Eric Alfred Abel is here. Loki, welcome to the show. Earthling says, Mike, how do you feel about Seth Rogen's TMNT movie coming out?
I'm so excited. I love Seth Rogen, so I mean, I like all his movies. So him doing TMNT and him being a '90s kid, I think he's gonna kill it. It looks crazy. Like
artwork looks cool, right?
Looks really good. I like how they did like this kind of different type of artwork. It's not like the same kind of look that you're getting. Because I like when they change up the Turtles. Like a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people crap on it. But I always like when the Turtles they changed up. Like Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is like one of my favorite shows. Like I just love how they changed each turtle to kind of look distinct from each other.
Is Rise the one when they had Fat Splinter?
Yeah, Fat Splinter I wasn't really a fan of. Like I'm not.
I remember seeing the toy on shelves though.
I always liked like original. My favorite Splinter is from the movie. Because he looked like my dog, like my old dog. He'd always be like tearing and like his fur is just like super wet and whatnot. And like my dog had like an eye problem that made her just tear all the time. And she looked like Splinter when her kind of. So anyways, yeah. So that's my favorite Splinter and whatnot. But yeah, like the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I like the designs. I really like. I don't know if I really was like the toy designs, like when they put them out, Spin Master toys, but I like the actual look of them. Like they kind of tried something new, you know.
Shout outs to that's right, Eric Bauza was the voice of Splinter on Rise.
Yeah.
Another local legend.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I wish it come out now.
Did we talk about this at the Three Mariachis? Like how Jackie Chan is Splinter?
I think we did a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that like a big thing that's happening now? Like
I
how do you feel
have no
about that?
problem with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I like Jackie Chan, man.
Yeah, he's not Japanese, but he's also not a giant mutant rat, but he's like a badass martial artist, so that works for me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's hard, bro, because I don't know. Like, look at Wu-Tang Clan. Like what do they represent? Don't they just represent martial arts in general? Like, you know, a lot of people be like, yo, Wu-Tang, it's blasphemy because, the Wu is kind of like Chinese culture, right?
Yeah.
Kung Fu culture. And then the Jizza has an album that has more of like the Japanese culture with Lone Wolf and Cub and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Wu-Tang does it, you know what I mean?
That's a t-shirt right there. Well, you know, Wu-Tang does it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited for that movie, and I think there's already some the new TMNT movie, and I think there's some toys being shown already, which look, you know, they're like the generic mass retail line, but they look decent for what that is. We'll see.
Yeah,
if
I can't
import
wait to
companies
see.
make stuff.
I can't wait to see when, like, I don't know, NECA does their line for it or something. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, our import company.
articulated ones are gonna be really cool. And yeah, that trailer was cool with the. I think they did like the tribe track on it.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I always thought like hip hop, TMNT was like hip hop to me. You know, so it's good to see that.
So outside
and it's good that they didn't use Vanilla Ice. You know what I mean? So.
Outside of the original cartoon and the first movie, is Rise your next favorite version of TMNT?
The what? Sorry.
Is Rise your next favorite version of TMNT outside of, like, you know, the first cartoon or the first movie?
I like the characters. I like the action scenes. The story was great, so it was good. I liked all of them, but the what was it, the one before that? What was that one called? It was more like 3D.
It was
like,
just Ninja Turtles, not 2015, I think. Ninja
Like,
Turtle?
that was dope too. Like that toy line was really cool. Like,
Yeah.
they did some good toys for that. But I found, like, watching the show, like, it felt really gray. Like, the colors were really bland, so you couldn't really, and it was always at night, so you couldn't really see what was happening for me. So Rise was like just really colorful to me, and just really just intense, in your face, very exaggerated. You know,
I should check out Rise.
They weren't playing it safe. You know what I mean? So
the series before, it felt like they were like turtle fans, because sometimes when the turtles or like Mikey are doing something crazy and he would react, his face would change into like the 90s cartoon style of Michelangelo. Like they would just do random stuff like that. There's an episode where I think they time traveled. Cool. Yeah. Time traveled to meet the OG turtles. So
yeah, and without that, then you wouldn't get Rise, right? Because they're the ones that kind of started all those like crazy like face changes and emojis things or whatnot. And and then Rise took it and just did what they did with it as well.
It's
but
like
the
for animation,
really
we can
cool
do crazy stuff.
Yeah, the Figma toys were really cool on those ones.
Do you have those?
Yeah, because
I sold mine.
Oh man, you lost out, man. That was those. I still have those, and like just the head changes.
Yep,
are so cool, and like all the accessories that it comes with.
Everyone's
Donnie's my favorite one in that one. Yeah, for sure.
He has was it the heart eyes that he has?
The heart eyes. It had like the heart chest, I think, and then like the drool.
Yeah.
So now that I'm thinking about it, I do like that version as well. The drool. I don't know if I really like the show. It was more just the toy designs and whatnot.
Sick. Yeah, I don't think there's any more questions, but dude, before we head out, what do you want to tell people? Where should people be checking out your stuff? What should they be looking out for? Let them know, man.
Check out what I just talked about was Three Worlds, Three Moons, 3w3m.com. Check it out. If there's free subscriptions as well, so check out the free subscription if you're not really sure, and just check out the stories, man. And if you like it, come and support. And check out my Instagram handle at Deadly Mike, and like check out the shop, store.mikedelmundo.com. There's like limited edition comics there. Big my first retail variant, along with the Toronto Collective for Team NT MMPR #1. And like there's a lot of stickers there too, so come grab some stickers. Hey man, just like a place to have fun and grab some cool shit.
Yeah. Your Instagram URL and your website are linked in the YouTube video description below for everybody, just to make it easier for you. From there, you can head up Three Worlds, Three Moons also, which you can see here on the right side middle of your screen. And then, of course, next week, Unboxing Thursdays returns with the Worst Asian Podcast, the boys from the Worst Asian Podcast on here. And then May 31st, Hunting Around with Eric Bauza from over at Heroes World. We're going to put that together. Thank you to Garth as well for helping out with some of that. All of it. What am I saying? Some of that, all of it. And I'm going to be doing a box break of some Pokemon, Astral Radiance, hooked up from Card Legends Ontario over on Instagram. So look out for that. Mike's got to go get some. You got to go get some Buckleys, go down to Shoppers, and then go to Heroes World tomorrow, man. Yeah,
I'm looking for that Mezco Batman. You got that?
That's enough for tonight. That's the show for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed Mike's first and final time on the channel. No, man. If you need one, let me know.
That's sick.
But dude, thank you so much for your time, and especially coming on when you're sick. But I'm a huge fan of your work, and I think it's shown by a lot of people in the chat tonight as well who are huge fans. If not, hopefully we've made them into fans and following your some of your stories. It's kind of inspiring. Give me a little guidance on what to do personally, with my son and his drawing abilities too, man. So thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, man. It was fun. It was the first time I've ever unboxed things on live, so probably the most nerdiest interview I've done, and it was fun.
This isn't an interview. We're just hanging out. Is this an interview?
Or not interview, whatever you call it. I was telling Eric, I was just like, I'm doing an interview. I'm like, I don't know what it's called. Like podcast? Is that what it is? A podcast?
I don't know. This isn't on any podcasting platform.
Unboxing. She's like, what's an unboxing? And I'm like, oh man, you'll see. I think they're watching it upstairs. The kids are watching it upstairs.
I'm gonna open toys with my friends. All right, just leave me alone.
No, this was fun. We'll do it again for sure.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone watching. Thank you, everyone. If you're catching this on the replay, appreciate you all, the support on the channel. And again, Asian Heritage Month. Just trying to highlight and showcase some really awesome people doing their damn thing out here. So thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great evening. Don't forget to check out the Toy Migos in a little bit, and keep toying around. Peace.
Peace.
Did someone mention a song earlier? Something about karaoke? I don't have a song for tonight. Oh, Mike's gone.